We've got an FA Cup game away against the Wenger boys, and since you've last been with me as well, the top two win the top two, and now only at the bottom of the playoffs. That shows how close it is at the top. My voice is still feeling a bit, it is feeling a bit croaky. I've done a lot of videos today, so just bear with me. Anyway, episode 9, season 2, roll the intro.
Goes Pompey, 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 you're the team. Pompey, 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 you're the cream. Pompey, you're the greatest, and we'll keep following you. We'll keep following Pompey, following the boys in blue.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 9 of season 2 of the Portsmouth Football Manager 2018. And today it's time for two games. The first one against Sheffield Wednesday at home, and Paul Lambert's at Sheffield Wednesday, not quite at Stoke anymore. And then we've got a game, a huge game, and I say only a huge game, I'll explain this in a little while, against Arsenal away from home in the FA Cup 4th round. Obviously, as you can, I think you should be able to see it. You're not actually. Basically, we have lost £3 million this season, so... You know, I know it's away from home, but some gate receipts against Arsenal and all that sort of stuff would really help us out. But since you last with me, obviously we played quite a few games. Last time with me, we played Fleetwood and Brentford. But after that, we got 3 wins and a loss, and we're nearly unbeaten apart from the fact that we lost to Palace. We beat Sheffield United then, who were in third when we played them 4-2. We got a penalty and went 1-0 up, and Dominic Solanke replied immediately. Then Bogle made it 2-1. Spearing got an own goal for them, and then Aaron Lennon and Chaplin ended the game. And then against Scunthorpe, we gave a few players the debut, the likes of Oxlade-Chamberlain, Simpson-Morris, and Adkanye made his return from his injury, and we won that 4-2. We were quite, closely run, but we won that game 4-2 in the Cup. And then we beat Villa 2-0 away from home in the league, quite easy enough to do, with Chris Long getting a goal. And then we lost to Crystal Palace 3-2. It was really gutting, actually, because they scored in the 47th, 57th minute, so it was 2-0. Then Long got 2 back men, it was 2-2. And then Benteke scored 1 in the 81st minute. So we lost that game, but that leaves us down in 9th in the Championship. But as you can see, Wolves and Norwich, who were top last time you saw, aren't nowhere near. Well, I say nowhere near, but in terms of positions are nowhere near now. Middlesbrough top with 54, then Ipswich 51, Southampton 51, then Wolves and Norwich with 50. In comparison, we're on 44, so only 3 points outside the playoffs. So hopefully today we can get back into that playoff position. That'd be really nice. And with a game against Sheffield Wednesday, we're really fighting for their place. That'd probably be a little bit more tricky than it's said. Now, we haven't really made any transfer business during this window, apart from a few loans out. Ryan Allsop wasn't happy at the club. I want him to stay, so I've sent him out on loan to Middlesbrough, purely because he wasn't getting the game time, and I thought, well, why not? And then Houndstrup's gone out on loan to Carlisle, but apart from that, we've all kept it tight. Beaters came in from Wolves. I said that last episode, and he's done absolutely fantastically so far. An assist and a player of the match, 7.27 average rating, and I think we'll play him today. But apart from that, nothing really there. McGee had an offer of £2.5 million from Stoke, but he signed a new contract. He's on £300,000 more a year, so what's that? About £600 a week, probably, just to keep him, so that's quite decent. But shall we just get on with it for today's game? So we've got McGee in goal, Thompson, Watmore, Clark and Wiggins at the back. We haven't got a goalkeeper now, which is a real problem, but we have got the option to call Allsop back off his loan if needed. Moyler and May are in the midfield, with Lowe and Abita to the winger, and then Chaplin and Long up front. I think that's going to be okay. We will actually put Mac Linden up top with Long. And any other changes? I don't think so. Actually, we're going to take... Thompson's got a high injury, so we'll take him off. But apart from that, I think we will keep it all the same. I've just noticed I've got a real croakiness in my voice all of a sudden. I really don't hope I hope a cold isn't going to come along. I need to put Chaplin in that position, though, because Long's got a high injury risk. Because I recorded episode 8 of this series this morning, and I recorded 2 Ashes videos afterwards. It's purely because basically I'm just really motivated to do this stuff at the moment. So my opinion is, do a lot while you're motivated, and then maybe when you're not so motivated, don't do as much. But I really thank you guys for the support I've had on this series so far. Everything on the channel's working at the moment. That's really pleasing to see. The Ashes series might be outperforming this one, but regardless, this one's doing really well in its own right, which is really good to see, and the views are creeping up video by video, which is really good to see. And hopefully, if we have a little bit more of a promotion push, then the views will be even more interesting. I don't think we're going to go up this season because it just seems that we're a little bit too far away from that playoff standard. But if we can, get in that playoff run, then I don't see why we can't go up, because I genuinely think we're good enough at the moment to do whatever we can. Proven by the fact that apart from that game against Palace, which we were unlucky, by the way, not to get anything out of. we've been playing really well. 59 goals for us, the top goal scorers in the league. Maybe one of the most conceding teams in the league, but that doesn't matter. As long as we're winning games, in my opinion, it really doesn't matter. A few minutes left though in this half, and Donald Love has put a ball into low, into the box for a beater, and a beater gets his first goal for Portsmouth. Brilliant stuff. I think it's his first goal anyway. I don't know, it's not making more of an issue about that, but I'm sure it's his first goal. And with that, as it stands, we move into the playoffs, because Sheffield United obviously haven't got a result so far. They were in third last time, well, when we played them, if you like. So it's clear that they've had a bit of a fall from grace after we beat them. But what a goal from a beater, and I think a beater, you know, 600 grand, and he's playing really well so far. And even though he can play as a full-back, as you can see here, he can also play as a winger as well, which really gives us an option. Because on that left wing, yes, we have got Adekanye, but he hasn't played as much so far this... Well, after his injury, basically, it's took a little bit of a while to come back, but we will try and keep everyone happy. It's very tricky. I've had a few players complain about first-team football, and it's a bit tricky to keep everyone happy in such a big squad of good players. But I'd rather have that than have, you know, only 11 players that can play, and 6 of them being substandards. But a beater into the box, and it just gets chucked out. Donald Love. Decent ball up, but it doesn't make it to its target. Lewis Baker, not Nathan Baker. Straight to Clark. McAlinden wins that back. Dale Fry. Gonzalez. Is that Stephen Fletcher? Oh, God, that's a name I haven't heard for a while. Barry Bannon to Selena. To Baker. It's going to be a goal, this is. Into the box for Selena. McGee gets it out for the moment. Gonzalez gets it in the back of the net, and it's 1-1. That's really frustrating. I knew that was going to happen, but that's just really frustrating. We're down to 8th again. As you see, it was so close. We tried our best to get that one out. But a bit of sloppy defending meant that it didn't get out. Baker put it in and Selena hit it. McGee got it out. But the defence should have done a little bit better there and just chucked it out. It's unfortunate. McGee couldn't really do a lot about that. But, yeah. Not really anything more to say. We'll make a few substitutions. Myler seems tired, so we'll bring Brown on for him as an advanced playmaker. And we will also take a beater off because he seems very tired. And we'll put Adekanye on as a winger on attack. Give him a bit of a comeback. And if he can play well today, then, you know, he sort of gets, may get the nod in the future to be firmly in the squad. Of course, a beater's been 6 years, Adekanye's senior, if you like. So, naturally, a beater's going to get more game time. But I think I might play him a little bit more at left back, because that might be more where we need him. Obviously, Wiggins being 31. I feel like this might be 2-1 here. Stupid from Love. Just get it out, Bannon. Bannon for Sheffield Wednesday. Malone, back to Bannon. Into Baker. Love, get it out. May. Brown, come on, shoot it out. Oh, that's a bit poor to Lees for them. Bannon. Gonzalez. Fletcher. Selena. Oh, McGee saves, but it's not good enough. This isn't. We're going to have to go on attacking. More direct passing. Pump it into the box. All that sort of stuff. Because really, we need the wins here. We've got a little bit of pressure on us now after that loss against Crystal Palace to keep it up and keep everything up. We have got a highlight continuation here. It's a little bit worrying with Selena through on goal. Baker. Selena, Fletcher, oh, Selena, Selena's scored. That's shocking. That's awful. Oh dear, Fletcher to Selena, and he put it out wide to Baker. And that's just shocking from us, really. Selena to Fletcher, and it was off the post, but our defender's just not doing a good enough job there. They've had 15 shots, credit to them, but, you know, we just haven't had enough shots and not do anything up front. You know, we've had more possession, only 3 shots. I do not get that whatsoever. Neither of the strikers coming, you know, turning up at all today, in fact, which is not good at all. Hopefully it's not 3-1, though, to this highlight. Lees to Baker. Bannon to Gonzalez. Wiggins gets it out. McAlinden. Through to Chaplin. Chaplin on the ball. Can he put it into McAlinden? Chaplin into McAlinden. Headers it. Oh, and it's wide. That's disappointing from McAlinden. But we will take Chaplin off rather than McAlinden. Because I do think that McAlinden's probably got a little bit more potential to put something in the back of the net later on in the game. But Middlesbrough now top of the table. Oh, that's not going to be a highlight now, is it? Come on, 10 minutes to go. We need to get something out of this game, or else that's a very poor result. 6 minutes to go here at Fratton Park. We haven't lost much at home this season, but it feels like we might well do that today. Oh, dear. We started this game really well. We were 1-0 up, of course, you guys saw. But we are, from what it looks like, we're going to lose. That's really disappointing. And we are. It's all over. Sheffield Wednesday have really defied the odds. Something that we've done against other teams this season. And yeah, that was absolutely unacceptable, to be honest, which I think is fair enough. But got a bit of a harder game, though, next against Arsenal in the Cup. And to be quite honest, I don't really care if we win that one or not. But, you know, cup progression is always nice. But if we do beat the Gunners at the Emirates, we are in to, let me get this right, I think we're into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. It surely can't be the quarterfinals. It would be the round of 16. So if we beat Arsenal, we're into the round of 16 of the FA Cup. Bravo! Well, we've took the 93-mile trip up north, hence why it's 2 hours late and I've got my pyjamas on. Just wants to make it more realistic for you folks. No, I've been caught up in things over the last few hours, so I'm back anyway now. Different clothing. It'd have been the same. It'd have been my pyjamas in yesterday's video. It's my pyjamas today. Who cares? I wore my top earlier, but I thought, you know what? Let's just put my pyjamas back on. It's 5 o'clock. Anyway, time for the game at the Emirates. A 93-mile commute north, and we're here at the Emirates ready for the game against Arsenal now. 3 o'clock kickoff on the 2nd of Feb, which actually, spookily, is roughly a year. Well, it's pretty much a year later than it is today, if that makes sense. We're on the 3rd and it's the 2nd anyway. Enough of that nonsense. So we've got McGee in goal, Love, Burgess, Clark and Wiggins at the back. We've Myler and Close in midfield. We've gone with a 4-2-3-1 today, give ourselves a little bit of a better chance. Lowe, Pittman and Adekanye getting a rare start in the attacking positions. And then we have got Chris Long up front. Very good. So let's get, I've just seen a notification Lelucho Vlogs saying something about poison. I'll watch that later. Anyway, Chris Long is up front for us today. Hopefully he can score a few. It would be brilliant if we could beat Arsenal on their own patch and get them to the 5th round of the FA Cup. I know I said I'm not focused on the FA Cup too much, but, you know, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'm not saying, oh God, I want to be out of the FA Cup, but if we do go out, it's not much of a bother, basically. It's taken me a while for teams to warm up, but I've gone with a 4-2-1-2-1. Blimey, that's confusing. Bowler starts, that's one of their youngsters. Walcott's still there. And they've signed Pedro in the last few days, I recognise. Not the Pedro from Chelsea, but another Pedro. So he starts today for them. They've also bought Lamina from Southampton, who obviously we played with last season. They've got Iwobi in the side. And basically they've got a very strong side. So if they don't beat us today, we've done a very good job. But Pittman through to Long quite shortly into the game. Myler, Pittman, Ben Close. Semedo wins the ball back. Alex Iwobi. Lovely ball through to Walcott. Walcott's quick, of course. But into the box, he doesn't even bother doing that. He goes straight by himself and scores the goal within 2 minutes. I think we've kind of found our level. I don't think we're going to be beating Arsenal today. It just doesn't feel right. It feels like they're too strong. The Man City game in the Carabao Cup we might have won. Well, we did win. It felt a little bit different. This just feels like, you know, away from home, that Arsenal are probably going to more than likely win. We've had more possession. That's jumped straight away there to Arsenal as soon as I've said that. But we're 8 minutes in here. The players aren't playing too well, but as I said before, does it really matter the FA Cup? The only worrying thing is if we lose this, is that for the first time in this save, that we've gone 3 matches in a row lost. And that's a worry for us. Definitely, 100%. But hopefully we can erase that and get the win. I don't really want to draw because I don't want an extra game against Arsenal that probably we're inevitably going to lose. I'd rather it be definitive. I'd rather have a definitive result. But Walcott through to Pedro, and he shoots and it's already 2-0. I feel like it's going to be a bit of a goal rout really from Arsenal. But as long as we do not get completely demolished, then I'm not too fussed. But I hope you got... Oh dear, encoding overloaded. Blimey, that's a bit weird. I haven't had that one for a while. We're on the same as we usually are, so apologies if that's the case for you guys. And it's not very good quality, but I will have a look. I'll just check again. No, it's not overloaded at the moment. Apologies if the quality's not great. I'll have a look at that at another point. But, you know, you guys don't really need to see this game anyway. Donald Love wins it back temporarily, but it goes straight to Pedro. Pedro in the box. It's gone over the bar. Yeah, it feels a little bit too much. In fact, we might as well just go more direct passing and all that sort of stuff because we've got nothing to lose. And to be honest, you know why not? We're 2-0 down, and any other goal Arsenal score doesn't really matter to us. So we're half-time now. Arsenal are 2-0 up. Can we get the comeback? I very much doubt we can, but, you know, never know, I suppose. Half-time then, and we're... apparently, according to the assistant, you know, you were excellent, even though we're 2-0 down, and we've had no chances. That's convenient. I think that sometimes the assistants have got too less of a expectation, too low expectation. You know, you played really well, you're 2-0 down. No. Unless you are 1-0 down and you've been really unlucky, there's never really a point when you're playing... Blimey, Tottenham beating Birmingham 6-0, that's certainly not playing well, but from Birmingham's stance, and Tottenham beating Birmingham 7-1 now, that's certainly not good for them, but I just feel that we're not doing brilliantly. That's certainly not, well done, lads. Let's praise you all for being a bit pants. That's what that's saying to me. But we made 2 subs anyway, Adekanye and Chris Long off for Armstrong and Bennett. Basically just rotational things, nothing to look into too much. But Armstrong is through from a lovely ball from Pittman. Armstrong going by himself, shoots off the edge of the box, the post. And Bennett's injured, so we're going to have to make the 3rd substitution of the day quite quickly, and that'll be Naismith. And that's unfortunate because Bennett's just come on. So if he's off for a while, it's a bit unfortunate. The only good thing about it is that he's been moaning about first team football. I know that sounds a bit stupid, but at least we haven't got to worry about his demands for a bit, if that makes sense. 2-0 down though. I think Arsenal have kind of not given up, but they're satisfied with 2-0, so they're kind of sitting back a little bit now. But if McGee can get that out to Low, which he does, and get it in the back of the net, that's a bit of a stupid cross from Low, but there we go. If we can get 2-1, that is a chance we can get back into this, but it feels like might well be 3-0. Pedro gets it through the defence, and it's 3-0 Arsenal. And I tell you what, this Pedro, never heard of him before, this Rui Pedro, but he seems like quite a big player. He looks like he's going to do the business for Arsenal, which is nice to see for them. And Mancini's at Arsenal, that's an interesting one, isn't it? But, as I said before, it would have been lovely to get through here, but the FA Cup, I proved that really wasn't my priority because we didn't show the Scunthorpe game. And, to be honest, I would much rather focus on the league. Lovely ball through to Armstrong. Can he get 1 goal back? He certainly can Armstrong. That's a rare goal for Armstrong. It's nice to see. You might as well tell him to push forward. There's no harm in trying to motivate the players to get back into it. 3-2 looks a little bit better than 3-0. Put it that way. Encoding not overloaded this time, so that's good. We will watch the highlight for that goal. And Armstrong playing well for once. I don't think we'll sign him next year. A, because I don't think we'll have the money. I reckon Newcastle will charge something in the range of about 5 to 7 million. We've only got at the moment about 2 million, and we are losing money. So unless we get a colossal amount of prize money, I don't quite know what's going to happen. But anyway, Pittman to close. Lovely ball through again to Armstrong. Armstrong on the edge of the box. Not quite as easy this time. To Wiggins, puts it into Myler. Oh, not quite. Mustafi makes clears. I thought it might have been a penalty there because everyone stopped. But Lucas running down the pitch. Survey's off for them. They're down to 10 men temporarily. But I don't think that'll matter because Iwobi shoots. And it was very nearly a 4th goal for the Gunners. 5 minutes to go then here at the Emirates. And I think it might well just be over now. If we can get a goal back now, then there's a bit of hype. But I doubt it. Bowler. Poor ball out from him. Pittman. Oh dear. Terrible communication between Pittman and Myler there. And the free kick's awarded. I think Love's probably going to be sent off here for making a stupid challenge on Luke. So I don't know how that affects the games in the Championship. But that's a shame. I think that's probably our only sending off this season. So I can kind of forgive that a little bit. But I pretty much think that if we go out of this, I think we're only playing 1 game a week for the majority of the season now. So that's really good. I'm quite happy with that. Because, we can train at a high intensity, there's less chance of injuries. And you haven't got to worry so much about rotation because everyone's going to usually have either a low or normal injury risk. Of course, you are still going to have injuries. That's inevitable for one, but let's gloss over that. You are going to have injuries inevitably, but I don't think you'll have as many, which is good. That's a really good thing. But, oh well, we've lost to Arsenal. I think we weren't going to win the cup anyway, and the only real point of going for winning these games is maybe to get gate receipts from these teams, but really it's to get silverware and get to the final. But I don't think, truthfully, we're going to get there. Lovely ball from Clark, though, up to Armstrong. Can he keep it? He certainly can. Oh, having a bit of a scrap with Bowler, but it doesn't quite work out. Check. Smaisdy's still playing, to be fair. Burgess. Well, it's only 2019, I suppose, so it's not that far into the future. Lucas on the edge of the box. Into Pedro. Oh, nearly a hat-trick for Pedro. But that's pretty much going to be the end of the game now, I think. I'm not too bothered. I know I keep saying this, but I'm not too bothered. So, I'm not really too fussed. Obviously, Arsenal are going to have the upper hand now because we're down to 10 men. And it's just it's just a time, just wait, see what happens. And then basically wait for the whistle. McGee puts it out again. Arsenal win it again. Actually, Semedo a bit poor there. But that should be the final whistle. The final whistle. And look, I'm not too fussed about that. I'll say I'm far from pleased because we lost 4-1, but I'm not too fussed. In all truth, I'll just see where we're going to come back. There's a few Championship games played today. We'll have a look at those in a second. But yeah, defeat. 4 weeks Bennett's out for. That's not very nice. And Love is out for just the 1 game. That's not too bad. So how did the Championship games go to skate? 3 games. To be fair, there were only games for people to get games back in hand, if you like. Ipswich and Palace drew. Southampton beat Middlesbrough. That's a big game, actually. So Southampton now level on points with Middlesbrough at the top. Brentford beat Nottingham Forest 3-1. Okay, that's interesting. But really, we're 3 points away from the playoffs. And if we can get some consistency going, that'd be really good stuff. We've got Ipswich Town next, but I reckon we will come back from that. Yes, we will come back for those games. The Wolves and Southampton games. 2 massive games, one at the Molineux and one at Fratton Park. So if you have enjoyed this video, folks, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and comment any thoughts about transfers, anything about the video, really. I'm not too fussed. Remember, more comments, more likes, gets us up. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Certainly not with the middle finger. Gets up the algorithm and all that sort of stuff, and gets us up the search rankings, and hopefully increases exposure. That would be really appreciated, folks. Anyway, I've been TIJ. Thank you so much for watching the first 9 episodes of the Portsmouth Save, and we've got a bit of a well, not a marquee episode, but what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. A landmark episode. That's the one. Sorry for hitting my mic there. A landmark episode tomorrow, episode 10 of the series for this season. That's going to be a big one with Wolves and Southampton. Leave your score predictions down in the comments. I've been TIJ, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.